and welcome to This Is What Came Out of Me, a series about anything and everything, but mostly movies, TV, books, podcasts, and YouTube. I'm SierraKiloBravo. Let's get into it. Well, we are barely into the year 2018, and I might already have a candidate for the worst book of the year. What could claim this title so early in this, the year of the dog? None other than The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. It's apt that I read this in the year of the dog because this book is dog shit. Before I knew it was a book, I came across The Handmaid's Tale on SBS, one of our local TV stations here in Australia. Every review of it raved about it, and all of the brief clips I saw looked gorgeous, so I put it on my queue to watch on demand. Then I found out that it was based on a book, and being a fan of books from which movies or TV shows are subsequently based, I thought I would hit the book before the series. All I can say is, I hope the TV show is completely different to the book, because the book is rubbish. Based on what I read between those covers, I have no idea how this ever won any awards and was considered of a quality enough to be made into a TV series. It just sucked. So what's it about? Well, here is the blurb. Offred is a handmaid in the Republic of Gilead, a totalitarian and theocratic state that has replaced the United States of America. Because of the dangerously low reproduction rates, handmaids are assigned to bear children for elite couples that have trouble conceiving. Offred serves the commander and his wife, Serena Joy, a former gospel singer and advocate for traditional values. Offred is not the narrator's real name. Handmaid names consist of the word of, followed by the name of the handmaid's commander. Every month, when Offred is at the right point in her menstrual cycle, she must have impersonal, wordless sex with the commander while Serena sits behind her, holding her hands. Offred's freedom, like the freedom of all women, is completely restricted. She can leave the house only on shopping trips, the door to her room cannot be completely shut, and the eyes, Gilead's secret police force, watch her every public move. And you know what? You now have more information on the people and the situation than you have as a reader for around the first 100 pages of this book. Absolutely nothing is done to build the world or explain what's going on, or why the characters are in the situations that they're in. I was deep in the book and had to look at Wikipedia to find that out. It's a shame because I feel like it was a missed opportunity as the concept has lots of potential for exploration. It's a shame because nothing's really explained in any detail to inform you as a reader as to the why and how of the situation in this version of dystopian America. At times, it's even hard to keep track of where you are in the narrative. Sometimes within 3 paragraphs, it'll switch from the present to the past and then back again. It's very scattered, and on a number of occasions I had to flick back a few pages in order to check if I'd missed something, since something I had just read made no sense. And then we get to the writing style. Does "her voice was of raw egg white" mean anything to you? What the heck kind of description is that? There's weird names for different events and locations like Pawnee Corner and Prayvaganza. They just seem so childish in comparison to the pious setting of the book. There's no suspense present, and the plot, and I use that term loosely because there barely is one, moves along at a glacial pace before something interesting finally happens on the last page. And then, because it is the last page, that's it. It finally, at its last gasp, gets interesting, and then you're left hanging. And then, as a final kick in the balls, the ending is ambiguous. You have to read a pretentious, insomnia-curing epilogue and pick up on a vague inference of the answer as to what happened on the last page. And then there was the grammar and the punctuation choices of the author and the editors. For some reason, they thought it was a brilliant idea to leave out around half of the required speech marks in the text. Check out this random snip that I took. Can you see that there? Why would you do that to your readers? It makes no sense, and it happens again and again all through the book. This all meant that I would find myself going back and forth and reading sections of the book again, just to try and fill myself in as to exactly what the heck was going on. I'd start reading a paragraph and get a third of the way into it and go, oh wait, is this someone talking? Who's talking here? Not since Child 44, where they just italicized the speech instead of enclosing it in speech marks, have I seen such an odd editorial or artistic choice. Whatever you call it, it doesn't work. What purpose could it possibly serve? None at all, and it just made me frustrated as I read the book. But I guess when you consider that the author can't even be bothered to build her world and reward her readers with a decent payoff, you should expect a lack of care in helping the reader understand the text they're reading. Overall, The Handmaid's Tale is boring, unimaginative, and a complete waste of time. If you want a dystopian future-based novel that has similar-ish themes, then you are far, far better off reading The Children of Men. Well, that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, be excellent to each other. I'm SierraKiloBravo, and this is what came out of me.